Okay, bye. I was gonna talk about like the history and where I'm going on the hike up, but forgot how steep the hike is. So instead I'm just gonna tell you about it when I get there. It'll be a surprise. Do you guys see where I'm going? I'm going there. Welcome to the unfinished monastery, ashram, whatever you want to call it. It is very unfinished, however, it is probably one of the coolest buildings I've seen. And the fact that it's all the way up here in the mountains is insane, the amount of work this must have taken. I'm gonna set up camp right now. I mean, camp, quote unquote. I'm just gonna set up my tent. I don't even know if I'm gonna set up my whole tent. I just want some sense of security because there are no doors and there are no windows, and also I hate mice and there's a lot. So I'm just gonna set that up for a false sense of security because I will take anything I can get up here. I have not set this thing up since I finished the PCT. I did not miss setting it up. I'm gonna grab a couple rocks because my tent is like semi-freestanding, but I clearly don't have anything to drive stakes into in here. But I'm glad I didn't go with a trekking pole tent right now. But I do still need rocks to at least have it be semi-tent-ish rocks. Oh, I do not lift weights, guys. I think there's mold growing on my sleeping pad. I'm still gonna sleep on it, but I think there's mold. I got my bear spray, I got my water, I got my ridiculously oversized bear canister that I will use even for day hikes because it was like $100. And I'm not gonna get another one, so let's go make food somewhere a little bit away from the building because, I'm by myself and I should, follow the whole safety things. From this direction, kind of looks like it might storm. That's looking a little ominous. Ish being a hoe. See, the trick is people always think it needs to be closer. Actually, usually needs to be further away. Woo! Like that. Almost burned my hair off. Woo! And now we wait. feel like I'm back on the PCT where I like boil the water and then I just wait
for the pasta to cook without it on, because it saves fuel, which I don't have to do, but also the jet boil gets so fucking hot that like food burns to the bottom. So we're gonna do it this way anyways. Don't judge the meal. It is the food I had in my car. So sometimes you make, God, the bugs are awful. Make do with what you got. I feel like this might have been an old tool shed. I don't know, but I'm gonna put my bear canister in it. Just because this is kind of on a cliff, I don't want to put it somewhere where if an animal decides to play with it, it can knock it down the cliff, so that seems safer. So this site was actually obtained as basically an operating site for a summer school in 1930. However, it wasn't for another 10 years till they actually started building it. And basically they just used dynamite. This was done by a man named Wolf, last name Wolf, and his wife. And basically they used dynamite and just blasted into the cliffside in order to have a level ground, which is why it's a sheer drop off. And then when the rock started piling up and everything, he got the idea to actually use the rock to build the structure, which is why it looks like this today. However, it was never completed because in 1951, his wife could no longer make the journey up here. And I guess she was kind of the main reasoning for why they were doing it. So it was just never finished. You know, and it wasn't meant to just be a school. It was also meant to, and it did, hold religious services, formal services, things like that. It had a lot of, I think they had a lot of ideas for it that it was just never completed. Actually, in 1964, as per usual, because they stopped all construction in 1951. So in 1964, the Forest Service said, hey, there's a building, we should demolish it. We should get rid of that building that is in the mountains that hasn't been used in 10 years. Thankfully, they actually decided not to. They made the right choice in preserving this. There's 2 movies, actually, apparently, that you can watch. One of them, ironically, is called The Philosopher's Stone, which came out in 1980, which, if you're a Harry Potter fan, is why I'm saying it's ironic, because obviously I'm a Harry Potter fan. But it's really an interesting history, and it's kind of amazing that it's stayed this built, standing, since it's been, I mean, decades since anybody worked on it. I love that places like this exist still. I love that people took the time to build this and it's still standing, and I love that you can just come here. I don't know. It feels special. Guys, can you spot the heart rock? Because I can. There's really not much else to do besides, I guess, settle in for the night. Wind's kicking up, so glad to be a little bit protected from the elements in here. A little bit protected. I'm not putting the rainfly on just because I'm inside. Well, actually the ceiling has holes in it, but I don't think it's gonna rain. The big gray cloud moved away, so I should be fine. And also this way I can kind of, see. When the rain flies up, you just can't see anything. I mean, it'll be dark soon, but maybe the stars will come out. Anyways, I'm gonna lay down now. I don't know, maybe I'll watch YouTube. Also, I'm watching Free Run right now, this anime show. I am almost getting into it. I don't know. I'm not really an anime person. Like, I like Miyazaki films, but I'm told that that's not actually really anime. So I'm giving, I guess, real anime a try.
The moon has risen.
It's actually, like, really bright in my tent. Good morning. I slept like absolute shit. As per expected. I'm gonna go grab the bear canister because I desperately need some coffee right now. Ugh. Opening a bear canister is actually my least favorite activity. You really could use your fingernail, but I broke 2 of my nails doing that once. Got a little glow going on. I don't know if you guys can tell, I tried to get high enough up to get a view of the top of the building, but it is quite steep. It was built along roughly the 4 cardinal points of a compass, and also in the shape of a balanced cross. There really was just a ton of thought and effort behind basically everything with this building. I mean, the layout, the location, the amount of just work that they put into it. It is a bit of a shame that it's never been finished. Because clearly it's structurally sound, it's still standing. One second. Well, that's the end of the water. Could I filter more? Yes. Is there a stream? Yes. Or I could just hike the 3 miles down to my car because I am lazy. I'm also hiking down this early just because it's already hot up here and I'm at 7,600 feet, which means it's definitely hotter down where Elron's parked, which is about 2,000 feet down. So I just want to go get him and then drive a little further north and hopefully try to find maybe some cooler weather because it's just been so hot.